I mean, this list. Like I pulled up the list on my second screen here. It's pretty interesting, honestly.
One of the interesting things is going up against a kind of a control deck. So with that, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how he plays it. Which also, it looks like YouTube is finally working. Hi, everyone in YouTube land. I finally got it working on your side. So it's a little bit into the first game where we're seeing Savid 400 and his Decidueye EX list going up against kind of a control list.
Yeah, so this looks like almost like traditional, like a very traditional Snorlax block list is what I'm looking at, with just like a little spice thrown in with the Chi-Yu and the Mantine. Because, Echoing Horn is officially gone. So there's no way to like abuse how good that was with people discarding Pokemon so that they don't have to worry about them, getting the Erica's? He's not even playing it though.
No, Erica's Invitation has seen a drop off in play with control decks. It almost feels safer now just to keep your Pokemon in hand.
Right. I mean, not many control decks that I've seen. I've been checking control decks. We have a guy that plays at locals. And, I haven't seen Mantine in any of the local decks playing control. So this will be really interesting. I don't know. This guy might be expecting a lot of Lugia, which Lugia I just feel is like auto loses to this block lax. Like triple Agaikomo, I mean double Temple of Sinnoh. This guy is just really trying to tilt a Lugia player right off the face of the planet.
Yeah, which at least Lugia, Temple of Sinnoh works a little bit depending on how the Lugia player wants to play it. They will usually just use the Lugia itself and knock the stadium out over and over and over, which is always good for them, not for so much the rest. So, yeah, like Lugia is probably actually one of the best things against control decks right now.
Because there's so many energies, yeah. So many energies in Lugia. What's like the average is like 17 right now, I feel.
Oh, easily. Yeah. You say you're a more newer player, which I mean is great. And also, hi Morai Panda from YouTube. Just making sure. And Go Bowling Addict. I forgot to say hello to. That's why I'm like all over the place sometimes. I remember there was a deck for why am I forgetting his name? It was the big Munchie Boy Ultra Beast, where you played like 30 energy and you're using one of his attacks to put like 5 energy on there, then you're hoping and praying for some chaos.
Oh my gosh, 30 energies in a deck?
Yeah, but it was like it was a deck that wanted that much energy. It wasn't good. It was honestly really poor of a deck, but it was still fun. It worked better in pre-releases, which I don't know if you've ever played.
I've played in almost every pre-release since Scarlet and Violet for the most part. I think the only one I missed was Temporal Forces because I did not check my locals Pokemon events. So there's that.
Well, I haven't played any of them recently. That's because that's just me. I just haven't. Because I keep missing them. But I think
I think my local place has one this week, was tomorrow, and I believe there's one Saturday. In my local area.
Yeah, because we have the new ones coming up, which is going to be interesting because there's a lot of
Masquerade or whatever.
Yeah, the Twilight Masquerade. Because there's a lot of new cards that are coming out, and some of them are good, and some of them are not as good. Dragapult EX is one of them.
Good gosh.
Yeah, people are scared for that, obviously. Yeah. And we will have that being played. We'll have that on the next Tournament of Doom Regionals, which is June 1st and 2nd. And also the first, he can move damage. I forgot he could do that. The first Tournament of Doom on the Friday it comes out.
On the new format?
Yeah. We start the new format right away. Every time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that will happen. We'll see it. It'll be great. And we'll have lots of new decks and lots of new people, and hopefully it will stay really good. All right. Yeah, this is weird. It just did not use the one I wanted. So when I scheduled earlier, that's so weird. Whatever. YouTube, you're weird. But
yeah, YouTube.
Okay, so we do see the Alakazam come up.
Yeah, see, it's so funny because like this guy doesn't know how Decidueye works. Like he's just gonna. I'm pretty sure he can just pull it right back into the active. So it's this control guy is gonna have a really hard time with this deck.
Yeah, I didn't even see fully what the Decidueye EX does.
Yeah. So I think it's like once per turn you can either move it to your bench or move it to the active, like just for free, kind of like a pseudo escape rope or like your own hyper blower or something like that. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, he's going to have nothing. Like, he just keeps using the Alakazam to just move the damage around.
Yeah, you can't stall this guy. This is insane to watch. Who would have thought these guys would get matched up first round, right? Like, this control player is like, oh, I'm going to play control, block lax, it used to win. And then here comes this guy with Decidueye, just like, nope, I'm here to, hang out and, just move into the active whenever I want to.
I'm just going to do this. I'm sitting here because I'm pulling up the list and I'm doing some judge things and just everything in general we have to do. I'm just like, man, okay, how does he beat this? I didn't even realize that Decidueye did that. He's playing, isn't that Neo Upper Energy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. There's so many other better ones, but I guess it's it's kind of nice to just have the instant turn one, right? Like so, like if he makes it on in turn one, he just goes straight in and he attacks without having the extra energy. Just have to find two.
This deck is interesting. I don't know if it. Well, this is what the Challenge of Doom is all about, anyways. The Challenge of Doom is all about just having fun with decks. To come in, that's why I like to say when people come in with their more legit decks, I don't blame them. And some people come in with decks that are maybe more like this. And Savita usually comes in with a deck that's more like this, and then someone will find it and make it an actual reality half the time. And I try to remember which one of his he did that actually went on and got top 16 in a regional. It wasn't him, but it was a deck he came up with. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, isn't it outside of Japan? You would imagine especially Limitless being so massive, right? That tons of people are making these lists. There are people putting their blood, sweat, and tears to find the perfect 60 to make this gimmick deck like Serena. I still want to see a Serena EX deck work, efficiently work. We have a guy at Locals that will not drop it, but he doesn't win with it. I just want to see somebody get that perfect list, make it amazing, and just wow some people with how good the deck could be. But I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and there was a version going around earlier in the format, but they ended up just Ting Lu, which I don't know if you saw what happened with Ting Lu, where it was it was kind of good, but it just loses to certain decks so badly. He is just, if you don't like control decks, I think you found your alternative control deck.
Yeah. If you just want to, if you would have absolutely 100% counter them for free.
There was a previous format, way older format. It was a Sun and Moon Ultra Prism, I believe. There was a deck called Malamar. I loved Malamar. Malamar was one of my favorite decks.
I've heard about this one, but go ahead.
It has Dawn Wings Necrozma in it, who has the same ability as the Decidueye, but it's a basic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so you'd use Float Stone with it.
Oh yeah.
And
I know that card.
Yeah, which they'll never reprint Float Stone.
No, it was too good. Some of the decks, because I watch all the regionals, they've showed old winners, and Floatstone was in every standard deck that was even making it anywhere in any of those tournaments.
Oh my god, I didn't realize you can move it out and use the basic.
So I was actually looking at that Decidueye on the list, like on my other screen. I was like, I wonder how good this is. And then this guy pulls it out and kills it Snorlax with Hero's Cape in one hit for free.
For free. No, I mean, it did get weakness, which I'm old enough. We're both old guys. I'm 38. You said you were 35 earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I remember when
it hit for 180, but
I remember when weakness was like plus 20.
Oh yeah, I mean, good gosh, yeah.
And then I went up to like plus 30 for a while, but it used to be so much more. So many block boxes. The fact that they don't have the Rotom to keep drawing either is definitely hurting this. Whatever you want to call it, this block lock deck, because they have a 0 card hand. And if you have a 0 card hand, I mean, what more can you do? You just sit here and pray. Which Emiosaur just redeemed random fact, so we got to come up with a random fact.
Random fact. Oh my gosh, you're hitting me hard.
Oh, they come in and hit me every Tuesday and Friday.
Oh, on your stream. Oh my gosh, you actually have people pay for a random fact.
So I had one today too. I had one. Oh my god, I was at work and I read it. Also, Bowling Addicts talking about Regidrago V-Star. I know a person who's been trying to work it out too. They were playing Arceus Regidrago for a while. They actually got on stream. They might have known him as Lock Nguyen. Delock is he's known on Twitch and stuff, and in his little stream. He had it on there. He did pretty well with it one time.
Arceus Regidrago?
Yeah.
That was recent in this format?
No, pre-rotation, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
Not that recent, but let's see. Random fact. It can be about anything too. Mr. Ducky, Mr. Robert Rubber Ducky.
Yeah, I looked up something absolutely terrible, but fun fact: the #1 brand of cereal is Cheerios. As of March 7th, 2023. I know that's not that great.
God, I had one. I had one. I even had one about cookie dough too, because that was tonight's thing. So I asked what people thought of cookie dough. Which I'm going to look up the metagame as well. Charizard and Lugia are #1 and 2 in the metagame tonight. There's your fact. No. What's up, RVD? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Holy smokes. Dude, let's talk about the fact that out of the top 16 in Indianapolis, 7 of them were Shen Paos.
Oh
what happened there, dude? Dude, everybody was talking trash on Shen Pao. Oh, it's not top 8 and it's not doing this. I look at the list and I'm like, why is there 4 or 3 Shen Paos in the top 8?
Well, if you go back and look at the two regionals that started this format, Shen Pao for the 8. Well, T-Camp, are you playing Incineroar? I love the Incineroar deck. It's like, I feel like that's a deck that's, if it wasn't because of Shen Pao, might see more play.
Yeah, so Daycamp's the one who started that, right? I watched Daycamp play in the finals in one of your last tournaments.
Yeah, where he only lost because he disconnected on game 3.
Yeah, absolutely depressing.
Random facts. Let's look for random facts. Yeah, I want to go to another regional, but I won't be able to until after Worlds and everything. I want to get 1 cup this format. Like I have a cup this weekend, and that's it. Because after like June, there's like nothing.
All right, dude. Here's a great fact. You ready?
All right.
A cloud weighs around 1 million tons.
Ooh, that is good.
Pretty cool.
Okay. I read this one before, but I've never said this one on stream. A chicken once lived for 18 months without a head.
Whoa, that's intense, actually. 18 months?
Yeah.
Okay, am I the only one thinking, like, how did it eat? Like, what's going on?
They fed it themselves. This was back in the 1940s, and survived as its jugular vein and most of its brain stem were left mostly intact, ensuring just enough brain function remaining for survival.
My gosh, that's insane.
They toured it like a sideshow thing.
That might be one of the craziest things I've ever heard, actually.
So it had just enough brain function for feeding and was fed through it with an eyedropper through the stump of his neck.
I'm like so flabbergasted right now.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff people come for.
Yeah, not that, a cloud weighs,
Yeah. Well, the cloud is interesting. That's one of those things, like, you think it weighs something, but you don't think it weighs that much.
Right.
Which,
that's, yeah.
Even though we just had a regional winner, I am surprised we only have five Dialga Metangs. I have 64 decks.
That is, yeah. I was just looking at that myself. I couldn't believe that it got beat out. I thought it would be at the top of the meadow, because we were talking pregame. The fact that it won was, you just figure people jump on the hype train, right?
Right. What's even better is the one that has won, beat a Gouging Fire, which you think would be its enemy, right?
Well, yeah, 100% weakness, right?
All fire attackers.
Yeah.
So they must have had miss. Like our best Gouging Fire player is Nelson Guillen, also known as Moxie Roxy in Twitch chat.
Oh yeah.
I
know Nelson very well.
Yeah. He was won it. He's done really well with it, and he's really great. And he's local for me, so I know him. I think I met him once in person. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Nelson, Moxie, if you're on, you can tell me if we have or not. But at some point, I will.
He's a good player.
Okiemi coming in with the Jin Pao. Oh, yeah, he is a great player. Poor Emmy here. She's without Mew VMAX. She's been lost.
Yeah, did you I don't know if you're looking, but I checked out one of the lists of one of the guys that already won with Dialga, and who would have thought it's the exact same list as the guy who won?
Yeah.
Who would have thought, right? And Andrew Hendrick is a really good player that I thought he's topped in a lot of regionals in the last year and a half that I've played. So the kid's just a hell of a Pokemon player.
Oh yeah.
And so is Grant Shin. I mean, come on, man. The weakness factor. I think Dialga if Dialga gets set up remotely quick at all, like one Metang, and you find this Zamazenta with 3 boss and a prime catcher. The weakness to Baxcalibur and Shen Pao is just so hard to deal with, man.
I know. And then on top of it, having that Zamazenta one prizer just really, really screws up the trade.
Such a I mean, hey, why don't you try to take 7 prizes instead of 6, right?
Cash coming in with the Charizard Pidgeot. Just looking at someone. We do have a Regidrago box for Gold Bowling. He was talking about bringing that. Let's look at his list.
Yeah, he's talking about going to the LA regional with that bad boy.
I do wish I can go to LA or something, but I'm not. Maybe next year I might actually see if I can get like a 3rd or 4th regional in. Usually I go to Vancouver. I'll go to Portland because they're easy driving distance.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list myself. Okay, here we go. 4 Gardenia's Vigor? Whoa.
You need to accelerate energy somehow.
Oh, yeah.
That gives you a turn 2 attack. Especially considering if you look at the Regidrago V-Star, it needs 2 grass energy. Doesn't
And
need.
see, man, it's so tough. So the only thing I see a problem with is like, where's his drawing engine to ensure that if he needs to pop up a superior energy retrieval with a Gardenia, you know what I'm saying? I don't see any draw power.
No.
That's tough.
Dragon's Horde. That's their best. You can, if it's in the active, you can draw up to 4. So that is their best. You do have the squat you can seize.
Oh yeah.
Which also gives you the first one, and then you do have the V-Star ability and discard the top 7 and put 2 because you're never using Star Requiem because you're never putting 10 in the Lost Zone. And then you do have the Iron Leaves as well as another possible attacker. And
cheeky. That's good for the Charizard matchup.
And then you also have the Noivern, which is also cheeky. If you can get that going, not as the Noivern itself, but with the Regidrago.
Yeah, I mean that just shuts down Lost Box.
Which we do have that new anti-Lost Box card coming out, but it's going to be just like everything that would try to kill Mew EX. I mean Mew VMAX. It's just not going to work. Like, how often do you run into a Lost Zone deck? How many Lost Zone decks are even in the metagame tonight? 4, 6. Yeah, we're up to 6.
It's a decent part of the meta share. It's up there with backs.
But is it enough to put in a 1 card into your 60 to like either lose a little bit of consistency or you just end up having a bad time, I guess is one way to put it. Because like that guy, Karam can end up being your start, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about that.
Yeah. I don't.
Sandwaffle, thank you for the follow.
I came in when Mew is at like the top. I bought everything to play Mew and then never played it because I just felt like it was so overpowered that it's like, I don't even know if I can enjoy this deck. Like, I just watch people draw all these cards and just, all right, I'm going to kill your Pokemon. All right, I'm going to throw the Mew back in the deck and kill your Pokemon. And then, well, you don't get any prizes. And then I just win.
I was the same way. I bought everything I needed for Lost Zone, Giratina, and straight Lost Zones. And I've never played them IRL. I ended up playing everything else. I ended up playing Gardevoir, played Charizard, more Gardevoir. Like those are the 2 decks I kept playing. Like I just love decks with energy acceleration. It's just who I am.
It's hard to not want to play those decks for sure.
Which we also do have a Arceus Radiant Charizard deck that's 1-0 right now. This is the one with Grabber and Judge, and you're just trying to set the barrels and just keep your opponent with like no cards. Let's see what else. We do have a Snorlax stall. That's 1-0.
Who's got the cheeky Heroes Cape in that deck too that I'm looking at that you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's always hard to like want to play any other aspect other than Prime Catcher because I feel like Prime Catcher is just so disgusting that it's.
I've been playing Master the Maximum Belt lately.
What in Charizard?
Yes. Because
I mean it's a toss up, yeah.
It's because Chien-Pao is becoming more popular.
Yeah, and the math's good for sure.
It screws them up because they get 1, you get 2. For them to get 2, another 2, they have to set up one of their 2 prizers. They get that, you come up, you get another 2. They get another 2, they have 1 prize left, you go there. But they can always get you with Greninja. There's so many things, but that just makes the math more towards Charizard than it does the other way. Which
right.
The round is done. We're going to get it going because it is a Tuesday night. And I think most of us like to just keep these rounds going. Because we still have 3 or some odd minutes, but we got it. Let's see how Blazy did, or if there's anyone who also is.
Blazy did win his first match.
Let's see what he's up against. He's up against Cash, who's also a friend of the stream. Let's go watch it. Cash is great. He's one of my favorite players who plays in this. He's a friend of the stream. We talk wrestling sometimes.
I just noticed if that is the real Calvin Connor himself, he is playing Pidgeot Control in tonight's tournament.
It is the real Cal Connor.
Yeah, that guy is probably one of the best players in the world, if not considered the best with the most points right now.
He is a local to me, and I get to play against him a lot of times, where I play in the same cups with him. So it's like, yay! We also played on the same Team Challenge team, Team Challenge 3 together.
Nice.
We took 128, and I have been stuck in the top 128 of the team challenges for 3 of them in a row, and then I wasn't able to participate in the 4th one, so I don't know if that would have happened, and obviously we haven't had any more since, which I think post NAIC would have been a great time for like a team challenge or even a team challenge invitational online play. Like I need to find the time to talk online play, like how I would see Pokemon doing it, like with how like do you sync, like one of the questions is, do you like sanction matches? So I was like, could I run a official Pokemon's event with actual Pokemon, whatever you want to call it, championship points?
Haven't you been trying to like? I know that you've mentioned that on stream before. Like when I've watched, like you've been trying to like work towards that for a while, right? Like that's not
right. I have a whole. I have a part of a. As we get the match going here, I'll go ahead and transfer over. A presentation, and I want to record it live because I always work best recording live, talking about everything about it, like what's going on, what. Like how to frame it, what benefits you get from it, and it's just the time thing. I run the tournaments, I run the stream, I run the regional, I have to make the graphics for everything, I make the play mats, and it's just like, oh my god, when would I have time to make a video? Being a dad going to work.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, like I mean, look at some of the big tournaments. Like, let's say you like even could pull off, let's just say like a 280 person tournament, right? Like something like that, right?
That's been done.
One man literally can't do that. Like it's just proven by like how they stream like all of the regionals. There's always a trade-off of cast and like, you know what I'm saying? Judges are traded out. Like you need an actual workforce to make that work, right? I mean,
in a sense, like we have for really for the regional Doom, like because one of the nice things about online is certain actions and plays are all mandated by the game. It's automated, so like the opponent can't sit there and be like they played a second supporter. If they did, we have a thing, we do have the log for it, and that's never happened. But I never know with this game, right? Can't tell. I'm not going to put it past it. That's a possibility. But most of the issues that come up in an online tournament are my game crashed.
Oh, that's so tough.
Which if you've had your game crash, we're going to see a KO here. Should be seeing a KO. We do a restart. We do a reset, and depending on the turn. So if it's turn 1, easy reset, right? Just all we do is we say, hey,
oh yeah,
hey, you get to go first, and they're like, okay. Or you get to go first or second. You get to choose, and if your opening hand's horrible, you get one free restart. Right.
I heard you talking about this to somebody else on stream the other night.
Yeah. So that's how we take care of it. That's like the big one. The other one is people just being blunt, excuse my French, blunt assholes to each other. So they go and they will start calling each other names and just being just unfriendly people.
Right, because like, what if you got like that amazing hand and the guy's like, "All right, dude, I'm taking my free restart," and then your hand's like absolute cheeks the next time.
Yeah, but that's what the free restart's for, because they could add absolute gas hand to start, and then they could be bad, and then they go okay, and then they get another bad hand. But then that's okay. You had your chance. You got a chance. It sucks, and I wish there was a way to reset board state.
Gosh, that would be so nice, right?
Yeah.
It's too hard. There's so many actions in Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is a hard game to play. Like, there's no way you couldn't even like try to remotely reenact any of the games, right? So it's a crappy situation regardless. This is interesting. Like, such a terrible start for this Charizard player. Like, he opened Manaphy, Rotom, and he had to insta charge with no Charmander on his bench.
He gets a Charmander.
Yeah, no, well, you get the Charmander the second turn, but like it's already been dealt with.
Asian Nerd 09, thank you for the follow. Hopefully your night's going well. Yeah, I like some of the other ones. It's just people having trouble getting their games started, and a lot of times my first response is literally, "Have you turned it on and off again?" Like 100%, it's just the IT thing. Have you turned it on and off again? Yeah, he's got our Charmander down. Maybe
but this list is pretty solid. This is definitely a comeback list. I think there's a couple altered cards here, like a couple tech cards that this Charizard's playing instead of Tord's list, but it's pretty darn close. Might be Liam's list because it's got 2 Charmeleon, the young man who won at the next regional after Tord, with trading out 1 Jirachi, which this guy did as well. Took out Jirachi and put in an extra Charmeleon.
Which I'm all for taking Jirachi out. You don't run into Lost Zone decks are out there. They still are. But the way the decks are set up now is you just kind of don't need it. A lot of times I play against Lost Zone Giratina players anyways. They usually toss their Sableye for something else. Trying to get trying to make sure they keep Mirage Gates, and it never becomes an issue. I'm more worried about the Greninja play, which I cannot tell you how many times I've had Greninja just absolutely wreck my day.
Yeah, I mean, Greninja, man, oh man, rough day.
So this is where it's going to get interesting. He's burned a lot of cards, right? He's going to be able to take prizes, but let's do some damage here. If he has the Charmander set, the Charizard here, which maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
14 cards, he better, right?
He hopes so, but there's still a lot in there. Okay, there's another Charmander. There's Bidoof. Okay. I mean, you can still... Okay, he does have it. Okay, we have a game. This is where Iono is very rough for the Roaring Moon player.
Yeah, not only does this guy play 3 Iono, he does play the nice one of Cheeky Roxanne.
Oh man, I love Roxanne. And the problem is I do the Sting and the Police every time in my mind when I play it. Just sit there and hear my horrible voice. Roxanne, you don't need to turn on the red light. See, I don't sing. I tried karaoke at one point and it didn't work. So
yeah. Hey man, some of the people probably don't even know that song, man. They're so young.
I remember growing up to that. Oh, I didn't even realize he plays the Cobalion.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good, especially with trying to reach that full Charizard hit. because most of the decks are only going to run right around the exact amount of cards that if you have one Roaring Moon left to attack and all of your other ancient cards are in the discard, that's the only time you see it possible. But with the Cobillion, just the one tech, I personally don't know what you take out for it because I haven't played a whole lot of Ancient Box. But I do like the fact that people have started putting in Great Tusk, because people will expend their decks and not expect it, and then you hit them with it, you discard, could possibly win by deck out. It's kind of cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Charizard player might be too far behind, man. It's very interesting.
Oh, this is going to hurt even more. Again, the boss's orders. He's down to 1 prize. The Ancient Box. Ooh, that's some good prizes there. It depends on if he has another Iono in hand or not, because another Iono in hand could at least buy him a turn or two.
Right. Or the Roxanne, of course, right?
Right. I want to go double check Cash's list. I don't think Cash plays the Turo. No, he does.
He does.
You can take a KO here. There's the Iono. Hope you get the Turo. Maybe your Stadium knockoff, and then you need like Turo Charmeleon. You could do the more.
Oh yeah, Turo Charmeleon would be very. But he's gonna also need Super Rod though in that mix because you're gonna lose the energy. So the Super Rod's gotta be in play, right? And I would imagine he's running 2, correct?
Correct.
Let's see here. He does run 2, yeah. I think the play that the Roaring Moon was hoping to hit into is maybe his Pal Pad to get the boss back into the deck. To ensure that you can just get the 1 prize takeout, probably.
He's in 280 here.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, so Cash needs a new Charizard up there, possibly. Possibly, because the other one doesn't have an energy on it right now.
And he is dead drawing now because of 2 Ionos. So Charizard's such a crazy comeback deck. When Charizard first came out, I did not expect it to be one of those decks where it's like, all right, I really don't mind, even with the effect, like you just think Charizard, kaboom, 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 right? But I mean, it's literally like the new age, like Giratina V, just in a different sense. Like, all right, hey, go ahead and take those knockouts, man. I'm going to set up this Charizard, maybe a second one, and then I'm just going to win the game. And there's nothing you can do about it.
All right, we're going to see the Arven here. So you got the Ultra Ball and the Lost Vacuum. So you could get rid of that Pokestop. It really is like you need to get rid of that Pokestop, because if they get 1 superior energy retrieval now, that's game.
I'm pretty sure he had to dump it with the Explorer's Guidance. What was it? Yeah, the early on Explorer's Guidance, he had to take Pal Pad and what was the other card he took? I can't remember what other card he took, but he took it was too good. I think it was Super Rod, actually. I think he had to take the Super Rod and the Pal Pad over the Super Energy Retrieval. So we don't even know if the Roaring Moon player has that. I'm almost certain he does not.
Yeah, like I really.
Yeah, he's showing us right now. Let's see. Did he take it?
Rod.
He must have kept it. I think he took that over the Super Rod then.
Yeah,
because that was early on.
To me, Cash needs to get rid of that Pokestop. I'm hoping he sees that, because then he knows all his opponent gets is the top deck. He doesn't see 4 cards. Okay, he is doing it.
It is.
He doesn't see 4. Now he sees only 1 card, not 4. Radiant Charizard is worthless. He's getting KO'd every time now. So this is what the top deck's going to matter. And we'll have to see what happens. So he's going to bring up Lettermane.
Yeah, he's got a couple of prizes that he can lean on, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one. You get KO'd here, but if the Roaring Moon gets KO'd, that resets him pretty bad.
I'm kind of curious on what the count on the Ancient Box is, because with that Ancient Booster and Roaring Moon going in there, I think that Cobillion might be getting him pretty close.
300
to the 330.
He was at 280. Now he's at 300. If this Fluttermane goes out, that's 310.
Yeah, he's really coming up on that.
That's why it's more important here to take.
Where is? Does he? He does play 2 Super Odd. I wonder if his last prize is Super Odd or it's in that last. Boss's orders.
Gets rid of that, so now he doesn't even have an attacker.
Yeah, this is looking really tough.
This is where Ancient Box has the biggest. Okay, the gear's big.
To see cards, like I don't. This Charizard player just Iona'd himself right into possibly closing out this game. It's interesting. You don't think about it, but the Ancient Box guy actually put himself in a really bad spot with the 1 prize left, realistically, because you're never going to see a counter catcher play, and you've already played your boss and your prime catcher, I believe.
Correct. And so, yeah, he's in a really bad spot here. And like, do you put the Koraidon down just to have another ancient Pokemon possible attacker? But he's not doing well. You don't have any Roaring Moons left.
Yeah, he really needed the Super Rod here. He's in a bad spot because of that.
I gotta see what the odds are. So like now Cash's best option is to go after the Cobalion. I think. No. You have to go after the Fluttermane, I believe. You're stuck just going after the Fluttermane. Because if the Fluttermane gets active, I believe it can I'm double checking. I don't think it does enough, but it might do enough to KO the one on the bench.
It does 90.
2 damage counter, so no, it is not.
Oh, you're looking. Okay, gotcha. You're looking for the passive damage, the counter damage. Gotcha.
What's up, Jolly Flame Man? Yeah, I saw you were playing Dialga. I didn't see how your first round ended though. So yeah, like you. I hope he's going to give it the concession. There's not much he can do. Like he's on top deck, and then he needs a little bit of help. He started off really well, very strong, and got there. But Charizard, like we were talking about, it's just a comeback deck.
Just so well made. I mean, and with Tord figuring out pretty much the perfect 60 with the chance to just trade out 1 or 2 cards to like alter it to the way you prefer to play is just insane. Because like this guy's running prime catcher like Tord, but he's not running Team Yellow's Cherry and he's not running 2 Turos because he's not worried about the the control game. It's 64 decks. How many people are really going to be playing control? I don't really have to worry about them. I can go into something else and be ready for other big numbers that I need to hit. That's why having the Choice Belt and the Defiance Band is a nice little trade-off considering he's running the prime catcher over the maximum belt.
You see, like I don't even know if Tor just figured out you can run both Bib and Pidgeot. We had even listened to the Tournament of Doom running that before. I think he showed people how to. One of the big things is he showed people how to actually play it that way. Like how do you prioritize it and everything.
100%. He also did a lot of Cleffa baiting to get people on odd prizes, which is why Cleffa's, outside of the draw engine, obviously amazing draw engine, over Rotom if you're going to like dump your hand, right? But baiting people into a one prize and then you got to, now I'm going to make you take 2. And now you have to get 7 prizes to win a match. And against Charizard, it's just hard to reach those numbers, man.
Sometimes I want to know how much games he plays.
Yeah, that I've thought about that. Like how much time actually goes into each playtest. Because like once those like top players figure out the meta, right? Like all right, new set comes out. All right, we got this next regional. It's up in 2 weeks. The new set will be available. Obviously, you have the information from Japan. You have all your information that's from online tournaments. and then like you're a pro player, so like you're top notch, you know how to play the game. Like how many games of like let's say you think Shen Pao's the best. Do you play like 50 games against all three of the other top decks, or do you play 100 games against all three of those other top decks that could possibly beat you, right?
Right.
And vice versa.
How many games are you going through, and are you solitarying and everything? Like, I'd love to spend like a week watching him how he does his testing and everything. Because like I've seen other people, we have people with groups and testing and different talking, and I've done that and like looked and worked with other people, but I don't have as much time, so like I don't know. That's just amazing, and he just really understands the game.
100%. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed though, and I feel like a lot of the top players do this, especially like the big group with like Grant Shen and Johnny Ing and Rhaegar Retzlaff, all those guys, right? They do open hand like testing, like a lot of it, to like fully see like, all right, what are the combinations that they can hit me with? That's why if you notice like Andrew Hedrick and Grant Shen were purposely leaving bench spaces open in the finals. Like those are things that like me being like only a year in, like I make those mistakes regularly because, well, I'm just not them and I don't play test to where I'm like, oh, you know what? If I drop this other Shen Pao, you know, like I'm going to pay for that. And like, it's going to be too late.
How do we have a 2-0 Palkia? It's Palkia Blastoise.
But no way.
Yeah, it's what? It got Dialga, which that's interesting. And then it got Arceus Armorage. Okay, Arceus Armorage, I can definitely see why. Like, there's so many ways, but still, it's a very interesting deck, just in theory.
Well, it does, you know, the maximum belt does let you kill Charizard for the nice big whopping 330 exact. So who knows, right?
Yeah. I personally, I beat it a whole bunch. I'm not going to lie. Like every time I play against it, it just seems a little too slow. But, you know, it's not horrible.
Yeah, I'm looking at this guy's list. This list looks pretty solid, actually. I don't know if I would ever play Blastoise or ever believe that Blastoise would be a thing. I do think that Palkia is very underused. I think it's still a very good card, especially considering everybody wants to fill their bench, right? And 260s is a pretty solid number to punch for free for 2 energy, and your Pokemon's 280. So, you know, Shen Pao needs 5 energies. Charizard needs like what? 3 prizes and a choice belt, or 4 prizes to one hit KO it. So it seems really good to me still, but tons of people are moving, you know, as the meta goes and all the new cards that are coming out.
I had a question in chat. It's asking if I still running delay. Yes, I'm running about a 20-second delay now. I cut it down from 30 just because 30 seemed a little excessive. And like, we still get the info we need if someone's stream sniping off about 20 seconds. Some places, sometimes some people say it's about 15. It varies. So that it is still on delay. So if you're looking at the possibility to be on stream, it is on delay, and we do keep an eye out for stream snipers. Which those can be super obvious. Like if someone plays, like you have a 2-card hand, but it's like the perfect 2-card hand, and your opponent plays Iono when they could have played anything else, like it's a very sketchy Iono. Then it's like, oh, like there's certain tells, and the thing is, you don't get better stream sniping anyways. All you're doing is cheat. You're not just cheating the other player; you're cheating yourself.
So it looks like, yeah, weren't you bringing up the Dialga beat a Gouging Fire? I was just looking at this just to check it out.
No, I beat a Metang. A Dialga Metang.
Yeah, Dialga Metang beat a Gouging Fire and a Lugia just recently.
Oh, one of the other ones, yes.
Yeah, Carrie Lim, number 7 on the standings list right now, 2-0. Which is interesting, man.
Which he's playing the basic one, which I could see considering like you could get this, you could wipe the Archeops off the board in essentially one turn. You could prime catcher one, boss the other.
Oh yeah, that's
after
insane.
you start Chronos, and then it's just okay. Well, how are they attacking? And by then you should have a lot of energy. Then you could possibly take another prize like the next turn or so, because they're not going to be able to accelerate anything to the Chinchinos, or maybe they didn't get anything set up. But yeah, like the gouging fire should have been like that. That's good on them for winning, because like a single Entei should have just wiped the board. They should have never got anywhere. Like the Entei goes first, attach, next turn attach. Off to the races, there's no more Dialgas left. Future Hands 2-0. We got Future Hand 2-0. Jam, one of the most successful Doom players ever, with a Lost Box Charizard. Talking about removing Sableye. I mean, we're talking about removing Jirachi. Someone's seen that.
Yeah, so like, I mean, Sableye is just not. I mean, it's just not as good, man. I want Sableye to be good because I want the threat of that, like, to all these bigger decks that are running all these state, you know, the basic Pokemons that are 60 health that you just like eat for lunch. But it's just not like, so many decks are just so fast now. You're not even getting to 10 in the Lost Zone in time, and you don't have the space to play like 3 or 4 Lost Vacuum to hit it faster. So you're like forced to play a lower count of Lost Vacuum in your Lost Zone. So you're not hitting those numbers as fast.
Yeah, I hated when it was like, you know, like pre-rotation, like earlier, when it could hit 10 like going first.
Oh, dude, so insane. When I first started playing, by the way, I haven't said it, but like you were talking about how you never play Lost Box. Lost Box is like my favorite deck to play. It's like my bread and butter. I played the Kyogre. I've played the Dragonite. I've played it all. Giratina. I've played my own version of, you know, Iron Hands with some other mixture of like Dragonite before rotation, and then when it rotated, I've played like this weird Iron Leaves with some other, like, you know, Roaring Moon thrown in there, you know. So I just love the concept of the deck, but like as it goes through, like just having this, you know, like people are like, well, why don't you play Sableye? It's like, I just don't see, like, Cram's just better. Like the math's just better. Like double Cram over Cram Sableye. I mean, I could punch twice, get like a boss off, or like with Prime Catcher, and I'm just knocking out like these 2 prize Pokemon with, you know, anything I want. And sometimes it's Iron Hands for 3 prizes. So why would I play Sableye?
I played for a while with Lost Box. I played Lost Box Charizard, as in Charizard EX.
Oh gosh.
It was fun because you could use the Cramorant to attack turn 1 while you're still taking time to set up your everything else.
Interesting.
So it was interesting. And
Shaman Groudon list?
yeah, we gotta find that. Like, it's probably under other, I'm assuming.
Shaman Groudon? That sounds insane. Because I know people have been talking about Groudon lately. So I know it's like a thing, right? Like Groudon's like a thing, but it's like Lost Zone, ain't it?
Yeah. One Valiant and 1 Crown. Jeez. But hey, looks like all the rounds done. We're gonna keep on moving. I know you said you weren't going to be able to go all of it. And do you have for this one more round or more?
Yeah. I got time for one more. Yes, sir. I was going to try to stay for at least half of it.
Awesome. I was just making sure because like we're old guys. No,
I love my sleep, dude. Don't get me wrong. For sure.
Same here. Like I get 2 nights a week I don't sleep. The other 5 I sleep very well. So we got round 3 up. Let's watch Jam. Jam looks like he's ready to stream. He's playing the Lost Zone Charizard.
Wait, what? But like Radiant Charizard, please tell me Radiant.
Radiant Charizard. Okay. It's a good Lost Zone deck. He's a good Lost Zone player. It'll be a good match to watch. The dude's amazing to watch. Like I said, he's a multi-time Tournament of Doom champion. There was like 4 or 6 he had won. He was like the Bulls in the 90s for a while.
What is he under? Because I'm looking at the list here, and I
He's just under Lost Box Charizard. And his name
his
name's
the only one. Gotcha. It's the only one. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up his list real quick.
Yeah, and he's if I remember, he's actually Lazy's brother, if I remember correctly. He's up against Chin Pao Excalibur, so this should be interesting. Jam 0828 up against Funny.
Oh, the Spirit Tomb, so interesting to see. Really doesn't like Charizard players. No Rotom V for any Charizard player.
That's why I was going back to even talking about Tord is like that's why I like the Clefairy, or the Clefairy, the baby version, Cleffa, because it at least lets you have another option. It's just not, oh yeah, I'm stuck.
I think what Tord was trying to do is like when you don't hit the Rotom because Battle VIP is gone. I feel like it just seems like, okay, I got the energy to get this Bidoof out of my active. All right, I got Buddy Poffin. I can dump like 3 or 4 cards. All right, let's get Cleffa out. Cleffa, go out there and bait them for a prize, and I'm going to draw. Let's hopefully 3 to 5 cards, right?
And if anything, I like the Cleffa art, the Illustrator rare a lot. So I was just happy.
It's so good.
It's by one of my favorite Pokemon artists, Hagenosuke, which I was at one point trying to collect all his cards, and I gave up. Because he just kept making, he makes so many bangers and like all different sizes. And then it's on top of that, I still need, oh man, that reminds me, I still got to buy a couple more cards I'm missing. Skeletor's EX Illustrator Rare. I've been collecting everything for like Coco.
Right.
And that's the one I need to still get. I keep meaning to put an order in on it, but I just don't. All right, so we do see here going. I don't know if Spirit Tomb even wants to see play in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't. But do you give the Baxcalibur player the Artisan? Because you really needed to get rolling. It's a scary situation to be, in right away, considering he's got the Greninja out already.
If he gets
we're looking at yeah, I mean, giving him the Artisan could be like even worse. Like, what if he's just missing the Bidoof, right? Or never mind, not missing the Bidoof.
Not missing anything.
Yeah, not missing anything. So interesting thing, and I don't know why. Like, what's up with the like everybody like throwing shade at Manaphy? I've been like, people are just like, don't put him in there. Put something else in there. It's like, and then they get beat by the freaking Greninja. It's like, why didn't you just play Manaphy?
I wonder if he's going to play his Manaphy down here. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to. Because you have no idea what you're going to get off of the
Flower Select, yeah.
I also noticed he's price checking, which is something I've seen a lot of Lost Zone players like where they get very, very just caught up with this. Is they go, I didn't price check. I don't know what I have. Oh, Crisis Punch. We can see Crisis Punch.
What's his energy count look like? He's missing. Looks like he's missing 1 Psychic, 1 Lightning right out the gate. That's tough. And missing a Jet. It looks like he's missing 3 energies to start the game, which means if he sees any energies in any of these, he might be toast.
We just see the chorus, so we can get to 4. He's willing to go. I believe he plays 4 rods, so losing that.
I mean, I actually play 4 rods. It's very interesting.
No reason to put the Charizard down yet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, kind of stinks. Having switch cards are nice, but got to keep the Mirage Gate on this one. It's kind of nice. Another reason I like to play 2 Cram is he ran into a spot where, he takes the Cram or he takes the Colress, and you really don't want to lose like Cram because I feel like Cram's just so good. Like the math's there, right? Like it helps out in so many like mathing situations, right? or just like that free kill on anything small.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to get rid of it in the Lost Zone. But if you have a second one, you can just be like, I don't really care about it. It's like whatever it is. First one's gone, whatever.
All right. We are.
Ooh, the races are off, dude.
That's like the question is, do you want to keep the Chien-Pao in the active? Maybe see it to try to get a hit or two, or I actually want to double check this Chien-Pao has. I don't think it has canceling cologne.
It does not. I'm looking at the list right now. It does not.
So it's like
interesting fact. I once again I don't know why everybody's gone away from this, but why is there not at least one Iono for hand control in the Chien-Pao? Like, are you literally just trying to win like on turn 4, and like not even care like that they could come back because their hand is 25 cards?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see the Greninja attack and probably try to prevent a little bit of 2-price shenanigans. Because you never know with Lost Zone. He could get the Radiant Charizard set up next turn. Which would be hilarious, don't get me wrong.
That would be a lot of energies expended. But I mean, you're running 4 Rod, who cares, right?
It's more the loss of the Mirage Gates.
That too. Like, I mean, Mirage Gate in this specific deck is, like maybe you're looking for the big time Iron Hands play, right?
Right. Which, I mean, that could happen here. Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, plenty of options to.
Then on the chorus, gotta keep the Prime Catcher.
Yeah, you see him. He opted in for the cram because you just don't want to lose both crams. Cram's just so good.
You have access to Counter Catcher. You have access to Switch Cart here. There's no reason to spin the Pokestop. I'm wondering what he's going to do because you can Prime Catcher. Get that there. I thought he would just use Switch Cart Counter Catcher.
That might have been the better play, honestly. Maybe he didn't see it, I feel like that might have been the better call.
He might also might be thinking long game, might need it later. You just click it. Because now you still have the Switch Cart for a possibility of multiple coffees. You're at 6. So you'll be at 7 next turn. If you get KO'd here, ending. You can see they did get enough Frigibax down.
I mean, I'm just looking at both lists, and I mean, to guess, with the Manaphy being out there and the guy not having canceling cologne, it just seems like this Charizard player is going to hit the late game, have every card in his hand. He's going to expend his hand. He's going to Roxanne him and say, "All right, now deal with this." And I would imagine on that same turn, he's either going to end up counter catchering, probably counter catchering the Baxcalibur. So it's not looking good.
Well, looks like we're going to see.
But we're looking for Iron Hands. On the
he went to the Chien-Pao. Oh, I am sorry, Daycam.
Ooh, this is tough to watch.
Tough to watch, but what we're looking at, all he needs.
Oh my gosh, Daycam got absolutely destroyed. Oh my goodness.
I hit somebody up with that today. I Eeried them, and I got their last 2 rare candies were in hand, and then I KO'd their only active Charizard. They didn't have anything else set up. No Charmeleons, nothing. And so I got it, and it was just like, nope, I win. Because
he's looking at What, 2/2/2? So he's got plenty of energy.
And he just uses one Mirage Gate here. And it can just be anything. So you can put one on the coffee, get another another flower selecting. You could, if you want to, I would say you could get fancy here and force them to have.
I think you should Pokegear for the didn't find the Roxanne. That's tough.
The hard thing is they do have the Badoo.
There's the Roxanne. He takes the Roxanne right here, right?
I think he does. Because that's his last chorus.
No way.
I wonder if he has something else he's planning. The hands is he's looking for game. I think he's using the hands to look for game. Because if he plays it correctly.
The cheeky 3-prizer, yeah, I see it. Punch with Cram, bring out the Iron Hands, double Mirage Gate.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Well, he Radiant Greninja does hit for weakness if Radiant chart. Oh, what do you give him? Hyper Blower. This is an interesting Hyper Blower.
Like,
you're almost conceding another Pokemon, right? Because like Charizard one hit KOs everything over there.
Right, but he's probably looking for his Iron Hands. You just put back in the deck.
Ooh, oh yeah.
So you end up with the issues. How do you get that last KO back? Because, well, you toss your Roxanne.
Yeah, but he runs 2. I'm looking at the list. He does run 2. So maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking, I got 18 cards. I got a good chance of seeing that next Roxanne.
Because nothing.
And this guy hasn't even spent the barrel. The barrel hasn't even been used yet. So this guy's going to see a lot of cards. He's getting another 2 prizes.
Yep, and there's that.
See, this is the turn he needs a Roxanne, right? Am I right?
Well, if you Roxanne, the still puts the barrel's still going to get them top deck +2 possibly. And then you're hoping. Oh, he's going to
Silene for Prime Catcher. Oh, double heads. That's tough. Well, Prime Catcher's one of them for sure. Like it's just automatic, right?
Yeah, because now you go after the coffee or the Manaphy. Nope, we saw the hard retreat. So now like you have to find.
So interesting right there. I feel like if you're the Shen Power player, I think you hold that hand so in case he does Roxanne you or something like that, Roxanne doesn't matter. It shuffles the deck. It's not like an Iono where you're going to automatically see it, right?
All right. So we're not going to count him out because he does have access to stuff like Crisis Shot. He does have access to quite a few different things. Thin out the deck here. Stabilize fine.
Ooh, it looks like he's going to go for the stall play. Maybe go for the Iron Hands later.
We know your opponent put back the Prime Catcher. So, like,
ooh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Without the Roxanne, he cannot ensure that he has a chance. I don't know why he didn't take the Roxanne. I mean, you knew he was out on the run. You knew he was going to be taking prizes. He's thinking about all that. He knows the Prime Catcher's in hand. So he's thinking of all the options. I just don't see it.
I don't either. It's like you can KO the active, but they just come up and win the game. Yeah.
Like even Greninja with 3 energies just takes this game on Charizard. So yeah, I mean he's
There's the
the other
Roxanne.
Roxanne was in the prizes, of course it was. So he wasn't even gonna see it anyway. Yeah, not taking the Roxanne, I feel like just cost him the game. Like he can easily just expend. You know what I'm saying? He could have expended the Mirage Gates on the Iron Hands, fully set it up. You know what I'm saying? Before he drew into the Lightning Energy, I think he had a really good shot to like pre-set up and say, "I'm going to checkmate you with this Iron Hands on my back line," so that like, and he can use the counter catcher. I feel like I feel like the Roxanne was definitely the play.
Yeah. But hey, sometimes you think it, or maybe you throw something and don't realize you realize that there could be 1,000 different things you did.
I mean, Lost Box is just one of those,
And I've had it before where I've flower selected 4 times in a row and never see a single card I want to see.
It sounds like you're not even playing Lost Box, it's playing you. Oh man.
Yeah, checking some of the updated standings. We do have Snorlax Storm 1, Palkia, Greninja. Yeah, see, forgot. Definitely through.
Yeah. Yeah, we were wondering, Jam. We were like, I was thinking like you definitely take that, and then I saw that there was 2 in the list. I definitely think just because, wrote it down. Oh man, that's rough. And you had it wrote down. Oh, that's tough.
So yeah, I wrote it down too. That's even worse. I need to get more into the habit of writing down what I've prized and what I haven't.
So I don't know if you're privileged. Well, you probably know this information, but believe it or not, just last season when I started is when they one of the not last season. Sorry, it was one of the more recent formats. Rotations that they officially allowed you to actually keep a pen and paper. That all it has to be is. It has to be blank and it has to be understandable by a judge. That's all you need. And that was not a thing beforehand.
I knew like with VGC I played, you could take notes. And oh man, did I take notes in VGC. But that was like knowing what your opponent had, like, oh, that is running choice belt. It's obviously running choice belt or various other things. And VGC is just way too much memory. Like, it's one thing for having a deck, it's another thing where you start like having to like guess like which ones do what. It's like, oh my god. It's like, does my Garchomp with Jolly Nature and whatever sash it is on it? I'm trying to remember what the speed one is. Does it outspeed everything else? Are they playing Tapu Koko? What Tapu Koko are they playing? It's like, oh my god. That was old. That was Sun and Moon format. Like, we've had 2 formats since then. I tried a little bit of VGC, and it was just
wait. They banned where I know Cash is out of he's out of state, obviously.
Yeah, Cash is in Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a big time thing. All the top players do it. I know that everybody at my locals does it. That's a decent player.
Yeah,
sometimes prizes.
Sometimes
prizes matter too much.
VGC is too foresighty, predicty. Yeah, you have to make a lot of right calls. If you don't, it just hurts. Just making sure we have inactives. Everything else. Oh my god!
There's 3 matches left. There's actually a guy streaming his match down a couple channels.
Let me see.
Finishing up, his name is Paparazzo
Paparazzi. He's a friend of the channel. Actually, I believe he's streaming on one of the tables, so we can go jump to it. He casted last week or the week before. I don't remember.
The big numbers of Gardevoir.
There's no way they've only just taken prizes.
Yeah, so these are two setup decks. So I mean, I could actually see these long turns coming into play, making sure that they're looking at every possible case scenario. What a top deck! Holy shnikes!
Yeah, so I wish. Way too timing to actually breed a team. Yes, that's why like there was so much genning, and now there's actually issues with like even the way they check for gen Pokemon. It doesn't take in like trading and some other stuff, and it gets like if you trade eggs, and it's all weird, and it's just like oh. Yeah, Cash. Which also I remember when you come over because I'll message you so we can try to meet up. Do you think Metagross feels excluded all the time?
Do you have any more super rods? He does have one super rod left. Yeah, Metagross definitely feels excluded for sure.
This is again before you really start playing again.
Oh my god, the 3 energy hit? Good gosh.
Metagross GX was a thing for a while. I'm trying to remember the exact list what you did. It was like it was meant to be bulky. I think even Metagross VMAX happened. This is like the first time I think we've had Metang actually be better than Metagross. Right, okay, yeah. There was a Rapid Strike Metagross VMAX. I did 100 for 2 energy and did 250 the next turn. And it was pretty bulky at the time. Okay, that is what the Metagross GX did. Yeah, you geotech systemed. You would use max.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you would have like 3 or 4 of them out there. You max potion the active, and then use geotech system and put all your energy back onto the active, and do damage again.
What a crazy concept.
Yeah, so it was over and over and over and over like that. It was very hard to play against. Which I have some of the league stamped max potions, which I need to figure out what cards I'm putting in for the next Regional of Doom. Pricing. Or if anybody wants to donate, we're always available for that, and you will get valuable screen time, I guess. Why is my phone pinging? I'm just trying to make sure someone's not like breaking into my house.
Looking at this list, I thought I'd check out this Gardevoir list here. And they're playing the one of Cheeky Devolution, which I have not seen in any lists very often. Very interesting.
So that
everything
that kind of comes into play with this, but not really.
Not on this deck.
It's like I evolved you. Oh, cool.
Yeah, what was it? I heard a damage pump was going around, so you could hit the 330 on a Charizard with a Drifloon.
Yeah, or does anyone else remember when the Champions Festival was being hyped up as the one to do?
Yeah, and in person, the card's worth like hundreds of dollars that I can remember. Let me kind of. Yeah, so it's a very expensive card across the board.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they can get here. I mean, you can get the KO. Or Moonlit Hill. Yeah, I played Moonlit Hill for a while. I was a little surprised he didn't use the Greninja. Well, it didn't matter anyways. As this is our last match. This is the last one we're waiting for this round.
I think the Gardevoir's got this locked up, so.
They've got 3 minutes.
Does he have the 2 energies? Because that's game if he's got the 2 energies. Yep, that is game. Gardevoir is. I'm a big believer in Gardevoir. It's my most played deck since format, so I love the deck.
There's game. I played Gardevoir the last regional. I'm all for it, and I have not played it since post rotation, and I should, but I've been doing nothing but Charizard. I'm just playing Charizard. It's a short format for that, and then we'll worry about the next one. Which I love Dragapult, and I did a Dragapult illustration a couple years ago. That was kind of popular. I found a whole bunch of people bought stickers of it. I might do another sticker run of it. It was inspired by Judas Priest's "Screaming for Vengeance" album cover. So that was good. So this would be a good point if are you going to stay on, or are you ready to jump?
Man, I wish we could see one of these games. I really want to stay on and see this Palkia or this Espathra, but I don't think we're gonna see him in here, man.
I can try it and see. The Palkia is up against Blocklax.
Oh, maybe that.
Yeah,
that won't be that. That might not be too fun.
Let me see if they're able to.
What about the Espathra? Oh my gosh, it looks so good, man.
Yeah, I just asked them. We'll see if either one.
Oh, it's against Moon, Rory Moon to Dunsparce.
Let's see, what's Cash? Cash is always a good backup. Oh, he's got not as good of a matchup. I just asked. We'll see if they can. We still do have Savid. I don't know what Savid's record's at now. Yeah, absolutely. 2-1. So I mean, that's still a good one. He's up against Armorers though. We do have Lee. Lee's a good player.
That's gonna be I feel like that's gonna be a tough one for Savid, right?
100%. Because he's getting absolutely rocked by Armorers. He'd have to be.
What's our boy Daycamp playing?
Daycamp is on the Cinemark, which he is currently 1-2, which he's going up against a small box. Lazy did the 1-2 drop. We have Gorbolian with someone else possibly. Paparazzi he's playing Dialga, but I don't know what his record is. He's 0-3. And he's up against, try to see, a weird Charizard Arceus deck with Bombardier EX. Your call if you want to stay on. We can watch that, or chat if you have it.
What are our choices here? What are we looking at?
We do still have Jam. We do still have Savid. We do have Day Camp streaming. We can see how Day Camp's working. Let's see how well it is. We think we got his stuff working better.
Yeah, he was the one who had like the choppiness, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him to work it through the app. The app.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still really choppy. You know what? I want to see if he can pull it out. The guy is just too good not to watch. Like he's in a what you would think is an unfavorable matchup, and then we'll watch the guy win.
This matchup does not look good.
But he has something he can attack very quickly, though. And we know that. So let's give it a shot. See how it goes.
Is he 2-1 on this too as well? He is 2-1. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, so he's not he's not winning the event, but he still has a good record going. Which is something you don't see. I would not assume to see with a Decidueye EX deck, much less seeing the Decidueye EX do well.
Yeah, I'm looking here. Kind of interested in this Armor Rouge. Is this just what's it, Christian LeBlanc's or Christian LaBella's list? I'm kind of curious because
I believe it
had a pretty good run.
It's been the popular one going around.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Delphox, Iron Hands EX, throwing a little spice in there. You know what I'm saying?
He's got the Cobalion, which alone is something else. As we see, that's where he starts. So
does that mean he's looking for the possible maximum belt Cobalion one-hit KO with Charizard?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good math there. I like that. 2 Luminous Energy. I'm surprised I don't see Luminous Energy more. Just how many different Pokemon just need that one type, kind of helps out.
What didn't help the Armorers out is it drew pass or attached past that Cobalion.
Yeah, see, this guy's going right in for the Neo Energy. I mean,
well, he's going to try and I thought he might possibly tech machine evolution there. He didn't. He's got the Devo as well, so we'll see what he's got planned. He did use his V-Star.
Yeah, for the Neo Energy, which is very interesting. Not knowing if you're going to actually be able to pull it off.
Well, they get the Arceus. You attach.
Oh,
this Iono might actually benefit them, though.
Yeah, that hand was kind of a lot of cards, just a lot of cards.
See the Dartrix. See the evolution again. We could see the evolution evolve.
That is true.
We'll see Charcadets yet. So, no idea if it's going to do well there or not.
The 1/1 line of Bidoof, I like it. The 1/1 line of the Bidoof and Bibarel, solid. This list is pretty solid. Is there ever a time you play 2-Rod? Maybe you don't play 2-Rod. I don't know. I feel like do you ever run into a spot where you had to Ultra Ball something away that you didn't really want to lose, but then you never find your rod and it puts you in a bad spot?
Every other game. It was like it.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing 1-Rod, what if that 1-Rod's prized and like you don't have the info right away, so you do something silly and then you're just like stuck with this situation where you can't reach something that you want to reach. Delphox V. Man, such a cheeky card too. What was it? I saw somebody in one of these online tournaments. He ran a what's the Charizard from Pokemon Go? I think it might be out of rotation now. But where like Your energy counts for 2.
No, people still play it. It's just really difficult to set up.
Yeah, so but on Delphox, it says get rid of 2 energies of lost zone, but you only throw 1 away because it counts for 2. It's like freaking crazy.
Oh, we see the barrel. We see the other Dartrix. You see the Relors possibly being set up, but they're sitting on 4 energy.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see in your hand, Mr. Doom.
But we do see here the Arceus. They still haven't set up a fire type yet.
Well, he's about to hit the ability. So, Arceus is going to go look for a couple of cards. You're going to get this big bump. I'm really surprised that Savid is just in this is like, the more I think about this, like 2-1 with this interesting deck. You run into a Block-Lax, you absolutely destroy it because that's what your deck does. And then you come down the line, and the one guy playing Arceus Marouge is what you run into. It's just tough. This is the last deck he wanted to see. Choice spell, Nest Ball.
I was going to say, is he going to try to bring up the Rotom B? No, he's going to put down the Armarouge. I'm going to say Bidoof. I mean, the Charcadet, not the Armarouge. You got to evolve it, so.
Yeah, you don't just get to play a stage 1 for free now there.
Oh, okay, you can if it's like Professor's Cup and there's certain rules. But no, most of the time, no.
He had another Nest Ball. It's okay. He's got it established. It's ready to go.
Have you ever played pack battles?
I have not. What is pack battles? Is that kind of like you open up packs and X amount of packs and
you go
at it?
You open up a pack. Everyone, it's like a 4-player tournament. So it's small, it's quick, it's easy. You open up your pack, and then you go into it and you choose what cards you can use that you want to use. So sometimes you get trainers, whatever. Different types of fun. You put them all together. And so it's like, okay, cool. I got this, and that. And then you put energy in. So you don't get stuck with no energy. But you use what's called mutant rolls. So you can go from basic to stage 1 to stage 2. And they don't have to be the same Pokemon.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So depending on what you got, and all energies are rainbow. So it doesn't matter what energies you have.
Well, in a pack, you don't get very many outside of that.
Yeah, well, energies are given. So you can play like 9 energies, 1 Pokemon if you wanted to.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's a very interesting one. If you're ever at a regional, it's a lot of fun. There's usually a side event. It won't take that much time. You can run the battle like in 2 minutes.
That's super cool. It's like one of those, just like, it's a little bit different, so it's
it's worth it. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody at my locals that was telling me all about how side events alone are worth it to go out there. You don't even have to play the main event, and I just think that's really cool to like hear from somebody that's saying like, hey, I never go to the main event, but man, I play the hell out of side events. There's a ton of cool prizes. It's just a great place to be because everybody loves Pokemon and you're having fun. And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
going out with whoever it is, whether it be your friends, your kids. I mean, who knows, your grandpa, whatever you want to say. You're just with somebody that you love, that you both love Pokemon, and you go to this regional. And even if you're not that good, you can still just enjoy yourself and have fun. And that's just amazing because I feel like some tournaments are not like that for other card games. Like you're not having as much fun, but like Pokemon's got one of those bigger followings at this point. I feel like Pokemon's gotten really big Once again, I'm only like a year in, but like they've been talking about how the numbers have shot up in all your regionals and stuff. So,
oh, massively. We're talking. I played in the smallest one I ever played was a Seattle regional where there was about 500 players, not even that. And we had stuff like BGC where it was even smaller, like 100. No, I don't even think it was 500. I think it was even less than that. I'm just trying to remember. It was brutally bad. And we'll see the chart cadet go away here. And it's so much more and so better. Like I can look it up actually. I can look up what the numbers were for some of the older regionals. Let's see. Edit tournament filter time. Let's look 2016, 2017. Yeah, 400 players in Seattle with TCG.
oh, only 400. Holy smokes!
They had Madison, Wisconsin had 538. Salt Lake had 304. NAIC had 1,356, and it's like doubled since then. Again, this was 2017, so if we go
oh man, NAIC is going to be massive this year.
Yeah, if we go to NAIC last year, 1897, so there was a 500 person increase. But
that's going to be more than that. It's going to be probably like 24, 25, maybe 2,600 this year.
Yeah, however much they have. I'm looking for. When it was inactive, did they get disconnected?
Whoa, that's unfortunate. There's no way that.
That's an auto loss at that point. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Easy way to see it. Salt Lake had 837. Back in 2017, they had 304.
Yeah, so like a solid 500 each year or some shit.
Yeah, and that's just using Salt Lake. So somewhere that's had it every time.
Wow.
So, but yeah, that sucks. I'm going to go into their match thing real quick and make sure that's what happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy is from Japan, so who knows what happened.
Yeah. He said he got disconnected. Which sucks, but I mean that happens to players.
I mean, it's the worst. Or your game freezes where you can't move a card, you know.
All right, we're gonna jump. The control deck is playing against Blastoise. We're gonna jump up to that real quick and see how that game's going.
Oh yeah, dude. This is what I came to see, dude. I'm glad I stuck around.
So I didn't.
Oh, and in case you didn't notice, Doom, if you notice, there's the cute little Sandshrew. Actually, is a nice little new cheeky tech that you're gonna see more and more of. Seen it in a Gardevoir deck recently. I believe it reads, trainer cards cannot put other trainer support cards from their discard pile back into their deck. Very interesting.
Definitely trying to stop some certain plays.
This Blocklax is 3-0 actually, with the highest win share right now. Actually,
yeah, I didn't realize they were even streaming. I just looked and I was like, oh,
he just popped in here a little bit ago.
So I'm like, oh, I recognize the name, so we jump in and we'll definitely get to see this. Like, I'm not a fan of control decks. I always look for every way to beat them and every which way to do it. That's just how I am.
I'm the same, man. I feel it.
But as much as people want to sit here and be like, we're not what's the word I'm looking for here? They're actually skilled. A lot of them want to sit here and be like, it's not a low skill deck. No, it is. There's actual skill to playing this deck.
It's extremely hard. I mean, or at least in my opinion, I feel like it is. There's a lot of moving parts in this deck, man. This guy is running 2 Erica's Invitation, though, which we were talking about that earlier, of that other guy running 0, which was it's definitely different.
So we do see here, he is playing the Mew. We do see the Mimikyu. The Mew is the absolute counter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Mew just does mean things to Mimikyu.
Very mean things.
So I'm looking at double Silene with 1 Yell's Cheer. I mean, this is 3 Eries and 2 Misfortune. A lot of people have been cutting the Misfortune down to 1 and the Eerie down to 2. But this guy's opting for also adding the 2 Erica's Invitations. So
he's looking to get someone stuck in the active.
yeah, this guy is playing a very unique. This is one of the more unique lists I've seen recently online. I would be bold enough to say I believe that this is this guy's list, probably, like, with some, because like I haven't seen Sandshrew. I mean, Sandshrew's great, but I haven't seen it though. I'm gonna read it off. Actually, it says trainer cards in your opponent's discard pile cannot be put into their decks by the effect of opponent's items or supporter card. So Team Yell's Cheer and Palpata are shut off by Sandshrew.
Yep. So now we do see them make you come up. So they're kind of trying to force them to either have a switch out or anything. Just get that Palkia to not have energy on it. Like, but they play plenty of ways of just having it. So we see the Ericas go back to hand. Go to hand.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Is he gonna let him like build up his hand to like make sure that he hits the Squirtle or something, or maybe a Manaphy?
He is possibly also waiting for the Mimikyu. Again, the charm helps, but they don't have Rotom. So if the Blastoise does find like an Iono, we could see a lot of these cards go to the bottom of the deck, not drawing back into it, and then that Erica's is just not going to be as effective. So Blastoise
3 Iono. See, this is one of those moments where like seeing a deck that is running Pidgeot, it's running Palkia and Blastoise, but somehow this guy is trying to fit in that late game control where he goes, hey, you're not going to just have this massive hand. I'm going to Iono you to 2 and make you have an answer, which I just feel like at this point in the format, you really have to have it. And I think that's a big problem with Lost Box. But Lost Box players are converting into the whole, like, I'm just going to run 2 Roxanne. You're going to hit 3 prizes. I'm going to hit you with the first Roxanne. You're going to take another prize, maybe 2 more, and then I'm going to hit you with another Roxanne. And then you're just saying, oh, well, do you have it or do you not? Is Roxanne a lie or is it not?
Okay, I'm going to call this now because everyone's watching this as a stream game. We are learning the real story that they do need to pick up their pace, what they are doing. This is starting to be a clean-cut case of slow play. Like, he's not even playing.
So when you're looking for this, just for my own like understanding of this, so I can be better about this. How do you what is your way that you see that, or like you try to catch on that they're doing that type of slow play?
They're not making any actions, and they're going to timer every time. Or if they make actions and take long times to do the actions, and they involves nothing, then that's slow play. They can also. This is also a possibility they disconnected, or they close the app. But if that's happened, usually we get opponents taking too long, and then it will auto concede for them. But at this point, watching, if he doesn't make another action and goes to time here, I'm going to give the win to pay up TCG.
This would be so terrible. This guy has played his heart out to go 3-0, and now he's going to get the idle loss, and that's just terrible to see.
Like this is like if you ever wanted to know slow play call, this is like definition.
All right, let's see. What does he actually have for this? Has he been looking for the boss the whole time? Is that what he's been looking for, and he just doesn't have it every round? Or every turn?
Let's see what he does.
Well, he grabbed the boss. He needs the boss, right? Like he has to have boss.
Right, he wants to use the boss.
There's no pal pad on this deck though, so.
All right, we'll see what happens. This next turn is going to dictate more. He's been warned that he needs to pick up his play. If he's not going to, then we are at a point where we'll get the win. Like this is pretty bad. And just looking at the time difference on top of it, and then we started watching. He was moving at a good pace when we first started watching. Would you say yes or no?
Yes, I would agree. Yes.
Now with 5 minutes
taking
left,
prizes. I mean,
right? With 5 minutes left in the round, this is screaming to me.
I'm pretty sure he took full time before he played that area as well. What I'm confused about is why has he not gone into the Mew? Yeah, this is I feel like he could have done this a while ago.
Right. 2.
The Blocklax does this. The Blocklax does play Shi-Yu, so this is interesting.
We're a little faster here. We'll see what he does. Probably counter cash or reset the whole thing.
Yeah, and has the Squirtle player played his switch? He only has one switch in the deck. Yeah, I mean this is just an auto loss. He's gonna move it, but Mew does take the knockout, but I think you go to sleep. Yeah, you go to sleep. If you take the Mew into the active to kill the Snorlax, it goes to sleep. Which it will hit the 150 that it's needed. So I guess with this, with it being said, like when we came to the stream, I'm almost guessing that the control player knew that his matchup was good, and he came into the stream to have a direct judge like yourself, Doom, to be able to catch that this guy was going to slow play, knowing that he has not very many outs to anything. Because at this point, the Blastoise Palkia deck has exerted the majority of its energies.
Yeah, there's no out for him for first thing, right? That doesn't matter.
There's no out without the one switch. There is no out for him at all.
Right. That doesn't dictate if I give a win to the control player or not, right?
Right, but not taking actions does not make that right at all, right? Like that's the idea of taking actions, right?
Right. And you can take actions, but he's taking actions with the intention of keeping the game moving at a pace that is to time it out. Like we watched some of the earlier
Correct.
match and he was moving at a acceptable pace. So that is a very clear cut case of slow play. So if you ever wanting to know what slow play looks like or what we would consider slow play, that would be considered slow play. So we're granting the win to Pip TCG because his opponent was starting to play out the clock as a slow play for a way to win. Like if he continued to like get to a point where then he played Iono playing at pace and then did so much and like had other outs, like try to win the deck out race, or at least try to make it so that he kept playing cards and then time ran out, but there was nothing. And so that was a very obvious slow play case. So I made that call. Piep was granted the win, and we're going to move on because
So like I said, like I think that like this was definitely an intentional. Like this guy was not in here streaming, and then now he's like in here for the first round. He's been winning. Like I think he knew that he was going to get slow played. And he was trying to protect himself,
which is what you should
by
be doing.
Streaming for you, which is a smart play.
Which we're going to keep him on because he is up against Espathra. If you wanted to continue streaming,
yeah, I actually do have to get to bed.
All right, you know his sound.
It is that time, but I hope that you keep watching him because that guy is running a very unique Snorlax deck. That is the more unique one, yeah.
So I'm going to tell them they will be on stream because they are 4-0. Want to give yourself a little bit of self-promotion before you leave?
I actually am not into social media. I'm an older head, so I really don't get on Facebook. I really don't do like Twitter or X or anything. I just wanted this time to like spend time with another fellow, honestly, not to say that being old matters, but another older guy like myself that just enjoys the game of Pokemon, has kids, and just enjoy like talking about different things throughout the tournament. So it's been a pleasure, and hopefully I can come back sometime soon and we can do this again.
Sounds good, dude. Again, thank you for coming on tonight. Everyone, Robert Rubber Ducky, Mr. Rubber Duck. I've called you like 15 different things tonight. Joining me, and we have 2 more rounds left. I'm trying to make sure we can get this control deck up. Otherwise, we do have some other players we can get on. Again, thank you.
All right, thanks, dude.
I'll see you around.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right. Let's see if we can get this. So hopefully, I sent them a message. Hopefully they're able to. Again, Piep, love to have the control deck back on. If not, we do still have Savid. Jam, if you're in stream, I think you're still, you're 3-1. I wouldn't mind having you on either, Jam, if you could share your screen. What's Paparazzi at? He was one playing something else.
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now. Doom, 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 doom.
Doom.
Robert Rubducky gifted a tier 1 sub to me_Violet_.
I'm gonna sing the Doom song now. Doom, 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 doom.
Robert Rubducky gifted a tier 1 sub to Damjub.
Welcome, Robert Ducky, thank you for the 2 gift subs. Welcome to Doomco, Mia Violet and Damgab as being gift subbed Doomco employees. You get the special ribbon for this month where I didn't pay for my sub, someone else gave it to me. Well, I didn't pay for my employment, I guess there's no way to pay for it. But so here we go. We've got Jam's game going, so let me go ahead and get that going up. Oh, yep, just got set up too. So we'll actually go back because I want to see this Espathra, but don't stop streaming, Jam. Well, once it gets going, we'll have it. So we can hopefully see this Blacklax go up against Espathra because it is a very interesting matchup as you have one player trying to come in and use Looking up names. I'm always apologizing because that's what I do. Attacking while the other player is not. They are usually going out of their way to that's what I'm looking for here. Keep something stuck. They don't want to see any other Pokemon. So Jam is up against Future Box. He is not having a good time, it looks like. So hopefully he will be able to have something going. Again, Future Box wants to take the 2 prizes. It's going to be taking 2 prizes all night. And you're never going to see it. You're going to see it very heavy on the Iron Hands, which is not everything you see as it is. Again, thank you, Robert Ducky, for casting with me tonight for the 2 gift subs. Love it. Thank you. Very fun. Always fun talking about again. I like to call it the 2 old guys yell at clouds casting. It's like me, you, myself, and Alex Coach. You know, we just get in here and we're just like, I see everything. I'm old man. New Pokemon's. I remember when there was 151. Which, I mean, there's definitely more than 151 now. So, I mean, what is it? We're over like 1,000 something now. I'm trying to remember. So I'm also detecting inactive players. All right. So they didn't obviously get the attack. They didn't just having issues even trying to get the Iron Hands out of the active. We could see a Prime Catcher attack here. Do you even want your own Iron Hands in this matchup? I don't think it ever matters. Or maybe it does. I'm not sure myself. Do have the Charizard. I think Sableye does come into play because you can start spreading damage. Do you want to use your Prime Catcher here and try to KO the Miraidon? I mean, it does put you on some weird pricing, but weird pricing or not, you're still able to get stuff going. Also, when I was looking at the standings, Primetime Wizard is trying his hardest to win one of these tournaments. He has been trying every week to do something. See the generator. Ooh, the whiff on the generator. We do see the research. No reason to Techno Radar there as much as you'd like to. We do see another Iron Crown come down. We do see a third energy here and the Heavy Baton. When he is preparing that Charizard for a possible KO back, there's no reason here to play the oh, is he just prepping it or what? Like now you're telling your opponent you don't have psychic energy, at least in the deck. So you can blow it here, but there's like no reason to. Or alternatively, you can be trying to bait them into bringing up that Iron Hands for you. Because the surprising thing is that Charizard is going to get KO'd by an Iron Hands for Ampy very much. Or was. It's not going to see it now because they've just lost another 20. And they're not putting on the future booster capsule. So they're currently only hitting what, 140, 150? They need to hit that 160. So the question is, what will they do? Okay, they put down the other Iron Hands. We can see Arvin, so we'll probably for sure see another one of the ancient booster capsules. And then the big thing is if the future box here doesn't take the KO, he doesn't know it, but Jam is sitting on the Gen Energy, which will get them the ability to reset this Radiant Charizard and possibly get another KO. It's setting them up very well, but we're still short here. It's just a little bit off. So we'll probably see, he's probably clicking it now and realizing he just doesn't have enough. So he's going to go with the Arm Press. The Arm Press does guarantee the KO, does put the Charizard into the discard, making it a little bit harder to possibly get back. We could see, this is the flower selecting. Horus or Rod? I think you gotta go with the Rod for now. Get the Charizard. Possibly get the Charizard back. Okay, we're gonna see what they go with. It feels like you want, yeah, it feels like that's what you want to do. Bring up the Cram. I think that's a solid move there. And you still have possible access to the Crisis Punch. So it'll depend on what happens there. I don't mind mentioning another Cramorant. What I do wonder is if you wanted, oh, we're gonna see it now. If you wanted to put the Radiant Charizard down. Another electric generator. We do see the Pokegear here. One of the biggest things you're threatening with having the Radiant Charizard on the bench anyways is if you take KOs, they're just gonna come up and KO, need less energy to KO you. The catcher and baton, I'm assuming we're either going to see the catcher onto the Charizard or onto the Sableye. Went after the Sableye. Okay. That's fair. It's fair. Kind of sucks, but it's fair. So he does have a few outs here. We can see the possible Charizard. We could see the possibility of Aquarius Mew could take an Ampy very much. Alright, thin some cards out here. flower select into rod. Okay, that's big. That's a big one. We haven't seen artisan be used yet. I think the bundle is the right move as well, because if you, I mean, the bundle gives you the option to possibly KO. Or not even so much KO, have them put something into the active they don't want to put there. Countercatcher won't be active for the rest of the game. It's kind of a dead card right now. And I do think the Roxanne is probably the right move. So we'll see the Lost Mine. Easily know what's getting KO'd here. So, Crisis Punch. Crisis Punch. Do it. The Charizard doesn't even need any energy to use it. What is the Cramorant? As long as you don't get knocked out of this hand, Crisis Punch for game. That is it. It's gonna make me so happy. And we have it. That's it. There is no way for Adrian here to take 3 prizes this turn. He is stuck at best taking 2. And so then we will possibly see the Crisis Punch attack here. We do see the Virizion. We do see the other Iron Crown. I'm also keeping the standings updated as the night goes, as we usually do. So there's the thank you very much, and all we gotta do here is promote the Cramorant and the Crisis Punch, and that will be game. And we will see Jam here use the best TM in the world. Yes, it is the best TM in the world. Crisis Punch is amazing. I will always cheer. I mean, at this point, you could even Iron Bundle for put bluntly shits and giggles, but we'll see Crisis Punch. 280 there. Hail on the Iron Hands. Last prize. So with that, Lotsbox Sablezard will be able to take the victory over Future Hands, which you usually think Future Hands would do well, but he went kind of aggressive. He got it all done. So I'm gonna check some of our other matches who are streaming. We'll see how Savid's doing. Savid was done, so he's done. Jam's done. Pip wasn't sharing their screen. How is Paparazzi doing? He was over 4 with it. Let's see. Is Wancho still playing? Yeah, we'll go still Wancho's content for a minute. Wancho's front of the stream. You know, whoa, it's true. Skills content. He's not wearing a suit. Where's the suit? Man's been streaming in a suit. Where's the suit? It's not right, chat. It's not right. Where's his suit? The man looks good in his suit. I don't. I look good in flannel. So, okay, we do see the Chien-Pao here set up. And now the question is, are they able to get a little bit more? So, apologies, just checking this game. We see the Bibarel be gone. Now the question becomes, was Wancho's out? He's down one prize here. He's got Roxanne. He's got the ability to find a Charizard. He's got the ability to get the Charizard active. One of the biggest things stopping him is there is the Bibarel and the Baxcalibur. I feel like if he goes after the Baxcalibur, oh my god, why'd you spin it? Why'd you spin it? My guy, my friend. Now you gotta rot it. Gotta put back some energy. I don't know if he plays Prime Catcher or not. Because to me, your out here is Roxanne Prime Catcher if that's what you play. You play Roxanne Prime Catcher. You get rid of their the barrel here, right? They play the belts. Oh my god, buddy, I play the belt too. I understand. So like your biggest problem here is you're just gonna have to pray. A little bit of faith, a little bit of praying that you can get the they don't get the next attack. Yeah, you go ahead and get rid of that. That's not coming into play again. Get rid of their stadium. Always beneficial. Iono to 1. Roxanne would have been fine too, but you do have a limited amount of cards in your hand. Double boss's orders plus Theory. Obviously get the KO here. There's nothing stopping you from the KO here. Now the question is, what does his opponent get? Like, what's their top deck? What do they get off the barrel? How do they get out of there? There's Irida. Irida usually gets you captured that, but oh, and the retrieval. Okay. Sadly, Mr. Part-Time Wizard Wancho here will be taking the L. Sadly, again, Chien-Pao again feels harder against Charizard all of a sudden. Like it didn't feel like it was going to be easy, but it is. All of a sudden, it's just changed, and it's just like, why? Like, what happened? So as it is right now, depending on what happens with PCG, which we're getting the call. All right. All right, just just watching one of the games. Just watch one of the games on the last one, and we'll see what happens here. So again, checking out everything, checking out what players are going. Let's go ahead and update the standings because we should, with what we had, be able to have a clean cut. So let me update the standings one more time, make sure. Not a clean cut, a clean winner. So we have 150 Symphony. We have Pep at 4-0. I believe he's playing another 4-0. Correct. So that should be all our 4-0s. We should have only 2 5-0s, and that should be everything there. So I'll show you the matchup we're watching. I'll set it up real quick so you guys can see what's going on, because it's Burnett versus Hall essentially, and neither player is really doing much. Sorry, I'm dealing with something real quick. Nice, Stellar. Always appreciate it. We have one more round, which hopefully we'll have up here soon enough. We're just watching this game, making sure everything is moving at a... It's one of the last matches going, so... It is the last match going, which I feel like it's going to end up... At this point, I feel like this is going to end up being a tie, which is interesting because we don't usually tie. But both players are kind of able to sit there and not do much. Like the Espethra isn't going to do much to it unless it's got like another way out. Yeah, dude, Kevin, if you want to join me for the end, if you want to jump on for the last round. Like, we'll try out your mic real quick before we All right, I'll unmute you if you want to. Which I still need to send you that mic. I'm sorry. I actually gotta find it. I don't remember where I put it. That's why I've been so bad about sending it. Like the Espathra has like a boss, we can see it, but at this point, neither player is really slow playing. It's just draw pass, draw pass. Maybe I can get something out of this. Which they need Iono, and that resets the whole thing. So unless Lucado plays something to like end it. So we see the Iono. We're gonna see the start of it, but there's just no time left. You gotta knock off the headquarters, obviously. Josie Singe. Yep, there's nothing you can do there. All a tie. If this was a best of 3, prizes would come into play because we did see the prize taken, right? This is not best of 3, it's best of 1, and we don't go to prizes at turns when turn time is up. So it stays what it is. So we'll go ahead and make sure we get this all set up. I'll make sure there's no issues from the players, or we 100% confirm. But this should be a tie, so we have 2 401s. One's going to get up paired, one's going to get down paired, and it's going to be interesting because whoever Symphony ends up playing, if they don't win, it's going to cause some issues. Hey there, Decamp. We want to give it a quick test. Let me make sure you're not server muted for whatever reason. Nope, you're good. Go ahead and test whenever you're ready, Decamp, if you're listening on stream. As I'm just making sure that they are all good here. Right. Just make sure there's no issues. Just give me 1 second here, Decamp. All right, go ahead and say some things. I'll just make sure on the stuff is all fine. It sounds like it. It sounds a lot better than it was previously, so. Well, cool. All right, let me unmute you and welcome to the stream, Decamp, as we'll be finishing out the last round. And I'm just making sure with the game that did tie that if we have any issues before I finalize the round.
Yeah, glad to be able to, tonight was just okay with.
Well, you changed the mics all of a sudden, or still there, man? All right, finalizing the round, moving on. So we have our last round. I would actually like to stay with Piep if we can. I want to make sure.
yeah, I think that's sounds good. Watch our
Watch, because he's playing against the 5-0. So this will be essentially for the winner.
Yep.
So how you doing? I saw you played whatever it was called. Incineroar tonight. Kind of scrubbed out. Happens.
We finished. I don't know why I said we. I finished 3-2. So made some, a little bit of progress back into, the wins overall column. But just was not on top of my game. Round one, I just messed up against Charizard, not thinking about math right, and I Magma Basin to my Incineroar, which meant Charizard could just one-hit KO it at the end. And then my round 3 match, I prized 2 rare candies, which I realized after I got turned to Eeried by Arceus Control. So it was a very quick game as well.
Well, we were going to watch it, but it sounds like Symphony just doesn't want to play against Control.
That's fair.
So we'll jump to Jam and watch him take Wancho.
Sounds good.
Because Pep said he could talk to us about the deck, but we need to get a game going. So if they're not going to play, then we'll go to Jam's game. If they do play,
Yep.
we will watch this, and then we can talk to Pep about the Control, his version of it, and we can do that. So I'm just making sure of everything before we jump to anything else. Oh man, it's like 11 on a Tuesday. I'm old manning it right now. I'm like, oh, why did I choose Tuesdays for this? Because nobody else runs tournaments on Tuesdays.
I know. It's very interesting how certain days of the week are just kind of dead for either tournaments or, even like streaming. I feel like there's less people on casting or streaming things on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure they're playing. But yeah, no, part of it is because it's almost a weekly thing now where we have the downtime on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we end up with you used to have the late night on Tuesdays. Now it's on Wednesdays for obvious reasons. Then we have on top of that, now I do it late enough that it's after everything, so we should be able to play it. So if he dropped to 3-2, what did he lose to? Oh, that makes sense. Chien-Pao Baxcalibur going to do that. We're still trying to get a confirmation on if the other player wants to play or not. I might go to Jam's game because I think Jam's already playing, or might be playing. So just get some action going.
Yeah.
And if it comes to it, then we can always jump back. So, I want to see how he does against Wancho, but we can also, we can always jump back to the other match if we need to. Simp _ Unite. Thank you for the follow. As I'm assuming either it'll go really fast or it'll go. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's not gonna. It'll not end.
Yeah.
And I never updated my last round. I am off my game tonight. I need probably more caffeine.
Yeah, it's just one of those days, I think.
So Wancho's kind of got a setup going, but he can't use that poor Rotom. That poor Rotom is not getting any use.
No, starting in the active and the Spiritomb just, I mean, definitely an instant slam down if you have the Spiritomb. I do think it's interesting that Jam is playing Spiritomb still. I think it's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit lately.
Yeah, but Lost Box in general feels like it's fallen out of favor. It's just not anywhere near as used as it was before.
Yeah.
Now we could possibly see here, and this is where it's going to hurt a lot. We got the Iron Bundle. That's what I was going to bring up. We get the Iron Bundle play. Iron Bundle makes him bring up 1 of the 3 that he wants to keep. That Rotom's not useless, but it's not good in this match. Good right now. It's not going to see it. It can still be used with the Forest Seal Stone. That's all it's worth now. That Forest Seal Stone.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they'll definitely be holding on to it. I wonder, I'm going to compare Jam's list to. There's been a Japanese player that has been playing Sablezard. And just like all of the Sablezard, like recent good results in online tournaments are all the same person. And I think it's a pretty similar list, it looks like, to Jam's, but Jam has Spiritomb. The other person has like the Cobalion and things. But yeah, there's just one person who's just been cleaning wine with Sable.
Well, it's like whenever Christopher Szymanski comes in with it, he like just destroys.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Ooh, bless you. Jam's really cruising.
Oh my god, I had no sneezes all night. Last round, it's like, yeah, we have sneezes.
Yeah, I've started just like getting a few yawns, and then I feel like once I start yawning, it's not going to stop. All right, so we'll see Wancho just using Arven. Yep, makes sense. Wants to get down another Charmander. Does Wancho have Jirachi? I'm sure we'll find out. Ooh. So no Jirachi at all on the list, but doesn't need to worry about Manaphy because it says Sablezard.
Wancho putting the energy onto the Pidgeot to me feels like, I know he plays Mist Energy, so we're going to definitely see that on there. And we'll probably see that, but he doesn't play De-Evolution. He does play Crisis Punch, so we can see Crisis Punch come in bigger in this matchup, considering right now it looks like he's trying not to use his 2 prizers. We see the Iron Hands in hand, sitting on the bench. Not even sitting on the bench, sitting in the hand. And then hopefully he could use it. He could use it easily for 3 prizes. There's nothing stopping him from using it for 3 prizes.
Yeah, it really needs to find a Mirage Gate because
gates, it takes 2.
Yep. Even with the lightning energy in the hand, it's still, you still need the Mirage Gate. As we see the Crams coming back. Makes sense because, yeah, we talked about the Crisis Punch, you want Cramorant for that. And the way this hand is shaping up, you might need...
Oof. I kind of want to keep the Roxanne because he already lost on one of them. He's at 9. You might need a Prime Catcher here just to try to get it one more. But that feels so bad.
Yeah, I think it might be a pass because if you don't get a switch,
you're not putting the damage out there.
Yeah.
We'll get the Colress. So we have a few more cards we can draw through.
Oof. Okay, so there's still no attack this turn.
Well, yeah, because you already hard retreated.
But with Counter Catcher in hand, if we keep our hand, we are KOing Pidgeot next turn.
Which gives you 3, and then hopefully your last prize you want to take is with Charizard.
Yeah, so if we keep this hand, which is a big if, with Pidgeot being able to fish anything out, we're actually in a pretty darn good spot. And so even worse.
Worse. This is the worst. This is why Erie is so good.
That was a really clever Erie. But also feels a little bit of a bold Erie. I guess because they did a hard retreat, but if they had, it's like, Jam couldn't get an attack, didn't power anything up. The odds are on your side with a hand that large. But because Jam hadn't done anything, I could have seen, waiting one more turn potentially to Erie. But that was just perfect timing by Wancho.
Sorry, I've got some issues. Always got issues. Wancho takes the huge KO here. Well, I mean, it's always huge. That Erie hurt the most.
Yeah, I don't think, it might just be Sableye and Crams the rest of the way. Because I guess I don't know if we might have one more gate in the deck besides the one in hand. So we do an 80-40 split of the energy, or of the damage, excuse me. Being late in the night, and I just haven't played really any Sablezard in a long time. I'm not sure how that works with all the different maths you need. I guess it puts 250, so Radzard could take a KO on Charizard. And then the 40 to the Pidgeot is just, kind of leftovers.
Right.
No worries.
Oh, people are just, yeah. And then we will need to watch the PIP game here.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind. PIP, the game crashed, so I guess that one doesn't matter.
Well, sometimes things just fix themselves for us. I really don't. Again, I haven't played Sable Art in a long time. You know, probably like 2 formats ago.
Same.
But the math, the board is set up for Radiant Charizard and then
Crisis
Iron
Punch.
Hands.
No, you go
Yeah,
right.
or Crisis Punch. Well, we need to take a 3-prize turn. So just kind of deciding it's Roxanne now. It is. Don't put anything, don't want to put the Iron Hands down yet. That needs to be next turn.
Too bad. It sucks because you can't not. The Red Charizard's not even in the deck.
Oof. So that's gonna, I think, yep.
Yeah. You just can't even attack there. Primetime Wizard takes the win over that. So we are keeping it updated and stuff. We do have one game that's not played. I'm trying to get them playing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Jam, that's what we were kind of guessing there. That, you were definitely on a tight window and there was still very much a chance. But yeah, prizing Radzard really makes it impossible, but the play was there. And that Eerie was just
Oh,
devastating.
yeah. Yep. Normally, yes, I've been trying to do more interviews, but I got a lot of stuff going sideways right now. I'm trying to work with, so I wouldn't be able to give a full proper interview like I want to. But in the future, I definitely am up for it. I've been trying to do it more with players. It's just for some reason this round is when everyone decided to go sideways. So not against the idea. It's just not able to like I want to. Which I totally misspelled Discord there because I need the link.
Yeah, Jam, we were talking about that as well. It was definitely a chance to take and probably the one you needed to take. Even if you knew you were going to whiff, I think it was still, force them to do more things. But yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all it takes. It's just a little bit of just a little bit of bad luck. Just checking on things. So, actually, with that, I know I'm a slow player. I'm actually going to send people off. I want to see if Wancho's going to stay on or not. I think he is. I'm going to send you guys off to Wancho. Want to say he's staying on because I got like 2 other games going on with judge requests right now. I kind of need to focus up a little bit more on them. They don't, to be honest, don't have as much of a effect on like standings, but I still need to be able to talk to players. So again, I would like to thank both people who came on tonight, Day Camp and Robert Rubber Ducky. Your mic sounds much better, Day Camp. We'll get you on like a full one, not like at the end here at some point again.
Yeah, I'm glad this works. My partner's sister was just like, hey, I thought about trying to do voice acting stuff and then decided I didn't want to do it and didn't have the time. And so she just had this mic and like little pop filter. So I'm glad it works. So I'm not, underwater with the headphones. People will have to find a different thing to complain about me.
Yep. now this is a complaint that we're tired. All right. So again, I want to send you guys out to Primetime Wizard. Race screen's been created, and we'll have the thing, and I will see you on Friday.